Yar, mateys! A headphone alert. You're blowing me out, pal. How's it going? Let me get my flag here. It's good to be back. That's my terrible Bantha impression. I didn't rehearse it. That's all you get. Good afternoon, or evening, or morning, or 5 years from now. Welcome to the Gaming Galleon. My name is Cap'n RAZ. You know, just another guy, just another pirate out floating out there in the water, just trying to make his way. You know, nobody special. But we're addicted to adventure here. They can be mundane, they can be exotic, they can be mind-blowing. It doesn't matter. As long as we get to do one once a week here in the Gaming Galleon, usually that's enough to tide us over. And we have a very interesting adventure for you today. It's an adventure of the heart. How about that, huh? Yeah. Why don't you get your love doll, grab her, nuzzle her, cuddle up to her this hour, and enjoy the show. Today, my friends, we are going to be hanging out in the Delaware Correctional Center out in Smyrna, Delaware. And I know what you're thinking, how adventurous can Delaware be? There's that old Wayne's World joke. Let us magically whisk you away to Delaware. Hello. I'm in Delaware. I know, there's not much to Delaware. However, it's sometimes just the most, casual of conversations can weave into the tapestry of our destiny and lead us to someplace we never thought we would be. And so that's where we find ourselves. The Delaware Correctional Center, just outside in the parking lot. They wouldn't let us in. I guess we didn't have the proper identification. I mean, I showed them my Deep Space Nine Quark VIP card. That didn't seem to work. So we're out in the parking lot. But why? Why, in God's name, are we sitting outside of a prison? Well, it all goes back to last night, believe it or not. Not long ago, I was sitting, playing some Hearthstone, bumming around. Probably, should have been working on a voyage for the show, but wasn't. I'm chewing the fat with Mary over the phone, and we get into a conversation about me meeting a chick that day. I was at a pawn shop. I've waiting in line. I get this chick, cute little redhead chick, and we're talking. She rings me up, and I got a pretty good deal on some stuff. Let's take a look at what I got. Just for the heck of it, we got. They were selling. This shows you how dead physical media is becoming. They were selling DVD box sets for $2 each. They had a copy of Firefly there. I've already got this, but man, for $2, I felt a second copy was worth it. If anything, if anyone ever says to me, I've never seen Firefly, you throw this at them and, say, why don't you get some culture? They had Left 4 Dead 2, Game of the Year edition. No, I'm sorry, Left 4 Dead, Game of the Year edition. For whatever reason, this is a little hard. This is kind of hard to find for a good price, I guess because people love it. They had one, I've been looking for this one for a while, Assassin's Creed Enzo Trilogy. We've got the Americas Trilogy. This is the second one. This has Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Revelations, and Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. And then behind the glass, I already lost it because it's so small. Here it is. With the DS games, they had one DS game that wasn't garbage. It's not one you see used very often, that's for sure. People hold on to this game. It's and you're not even gonna be able to see it, but you're gonna have to trust me. It's Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney by Capcom. This is like an otaku's wet dream. If you love anime and you play video games, generally most anime fans have DSs. And if they did, they had this game. This is basically a lawyer game, Ace Attorney. It's about trials, and you're the lawyer. You got to break cases and stuff. I've never played it, but it's a Capcom game. They've made quite a few of them. It was a surprisingly popular franchise for a game about, law of all things. So I said to her, how much are the DS games? There's a big fat sign in front of all the DS games that say 50 cents and up. Now they put that there to attract people, but really what they do is they will Amazon pretty much everything, and then right on the back of every DS game in marker the price they really want for it. Now on a good day they probably would have put way more than what I got this for, probably somewhere around $18 I would guess, knowing them. I said, how much for the game? How much for that one? She says, they start at 50 cents, I'll give it to you for 50 cents. That was a great deal for this. This is around a $20 game these days. So pretty hot. Took these to the counter, rung them up. She's looking at the game. She's like, have you played this Left 4 Dead game? I said, I played the second one once. She's like, oh yeah, I played this first one a lot. I loved it. I really like Microsoft. I like Xbox. I'm like, all right. And then she says, in these Assassin's Creed games, every one on here I've played. And I'm like, fascinating. Okay. And, she's cute, smiling. We're talking a little bit. And at the end of the exchange, I said, hey, can I get your number? You seem like you're fun to talk to. Can I get your number? So she gave me her number, and I'm telling Mary this a few hours later. And that's when it's like, okay, well, I need a little advice. Mary's like, well, what's the problem? Sounds like you got it all handled. And I said, yeah. Well, I have this problem. You see, whenever I meet anyone, I'm very courteous. I like to think I'm fun. And I'm also I'm very good about saying my name, giving my name. Hey, how's it doing? How you doing? I'm Neil. And as soon as I do that, it's like all this interference goes off in my head. And then, in the case of getting a girl's number, you're elated. Good job, mission accomplished. So I throw out there at the end, by the way, what's your name? And all I get is static. She gives it to me clearly, but I don't remember these things. I'm too busy. I don't know. I never retain people's names. I'm the worst at it. First mate Bismuth, ask that guy. It took me about 4 times after meeting him before I finally got his name right. So this chick, she gives me her number. She's even got her name emblazoned on her chest because she's at work. It's right there in front of me. I still can't remember it. Welcome to the pawn shop. My name is... So I have no idea. So I said to Mary, what do you think? How do I get the name? She's like, well, why don't you text her a few times, get a rapport going. And then, once you got that going, say, hey, can I get the spelling of your name? So I can put it in my phone. And I'm like, that's a good idea. You know what I would have done? I probably would have, said, hey, by the way, what's your name again? And she's like, yeah, well, if you do that, you're going to hang yourself. And that's when I thought, this is the kind of stuff that people love to hear about. Trials and tribulations in relationships. So why don't we do a show about it? But what game are we going to do? Well, what other game can you hang yourself in better than Hangman? You guys remember Hangman? Like in grade school, Hangman? Do they still play Hangman in school? They probably have a phone app for it. But in my day, we had all kinds of time waster games like Hangman to do, it's in the cafeteria at lunch or before class. Basically, it's kind of like Wheel of Fortune without the wheel and without the glitter and without the trips to Hawaii and without Vanna's boobs. All right? It's basically somebody comes up with a word. Oh, blown out again. I'm not going to bother. But basically, they put a dash for every letter in a word. So if you got like 5, if it's like Atari, you pick, 5 letters, put out the dashes there, and then your opponent takes a look at how many slots there are, and guesses a letter in the alphabet. So okay, I guess T. All right, so we'll fill a T in the appropriate space for Atari. And then he says, how about S? No, there's no S. So that's when you begin to build the gallows. Okay? That's right, the gallows. The gallows so that you can eventually hang a stick figure. The hangman. You usually get about 10 tries. Every stick, you gotta, if you miss, they gotta make a head. If you miss again, they gotta make the body. If you miss again, they gotta make the arm. Until the entire hangman is hanging from the gallows. If you've made that many misses, you lose. If you manage to fill in all the slots and guess the word, you win. What does that have to do with the Delaware Correctional Center out in Smyrna, Delaware? Well, Delaware has the dubious honor of being the final state in America to have the most recent hanging, like actual state handed out. What's the word I'm looking for? Sentenced? State sentenced hanging. Now, the guy, Bill Bailey, all the way back in 96, he'd been in prison for about 16 years for killing a couple of people in a farmhouse. And after appeal, after appeal, after appeal, it was finally time. He just wasn't, they weren't going to let him out. And it was time for him to either choose lethal injection or hanging, which is what he was originally sentenced for. And he's like, they're not gonna put me down like a dog. I'm not gonna be put to sleep. So the guy picks hanging. Delaware police have to scramble down to Walla Walla, Washington. One of 2 states left that actually still do hangings, just to learn how to build a proper gallows. They head back to Delaware, make the gallows in the middle of the correctional facility. Meanwhile, Bill is enjoying his final meal, a well-done steak, potatoes, sour cream, green peas, and a scoop of vanilla ice cream. And then, I mean, I know it's dark, but look, American history isn't all, candy and rainbows. It's destiny that we're here. It's destiny that we're on the grounds of, where true Old West corporal punishment occurred. And is it going to happen again? Who knows? There's still 2 more states. I don't remember what the other one state is, but I know Washington. Or is it Washington, D.C.? It could be. I don't remember. Check your notes, Raz. I don't think anybody really cares. But here we are. We started on, this wondrous tiptoe through the tulips of the birth of, the innocence of male-female interaction, and we ended on the grisly hanging of a guy who just had a little too much one day and blew apart a happy farmhouse. Whoops! What are we playing today? Good transition, huh? A hangman. But what are we playing it on? It's not like this was on a lot of systems. Well, the great thing about the early days of video gaming is they tried everything. So we have Atari to thank for today for actually providing us with a way to play Hangman in video game form. So let's get started, shall we? I don't know how long this is going to take. Oh, yeah. Let me raise the stakes here. I said, Mary, wouldn't it be funny if I won, I go with your tactic and write back to her, hey, how do you spell your name? I want to put it on my phone. Or if I lose, I have to use my clumsy tactic of saying, hey, by the way, what's your name again? And I'll text it right here at the end of the show. Are you going to be able to prove that? Are you going to be able to go through my phone records? No. This is all in the honor system. But the phone's charged up. I've been, chatting back and forth with the chick, a handful of times today. So The vein is open. Hopefully, I don't botch things in Hangman. Let's get started, shall we? Oh, and by the way, get ready for a surprise. Oh, there's some cool stuff in there. We'll get to that soon. We've also got I've double checked, triple checked, quadruple checked. There is a question in the mailbag, so we're good to go on that. If I see something more compelling at the end of the show in the chat, maybe we'll grab that instead. We'll see how things work out. Okay, but let's get to Hangman. For the Atari, the OG. For the Atari 2600. I don't have an Atari hooked up to this baby. Those are old school. Navigator's a little too modern for that, so we're going to be using the Atari Anthology for the PlayStation 2. Lots of great games on here. A galaxy of games, in fact, and we're going to have to navigate our way through that galaxy just to get to Hangman. So let's go. Let's get started. It's Hangman for the Atari 2600. All right. Welcome to the Milky Way. I started this here just because I think this is a charming... I think this is a charming menu. You'll notice that they have constellation names for all of these different categories. You've got Excelsiorus Major, otherwise known as racing games. You've got, what was this one? Laudabera Suspicious casino games. And then, of course, we're headed to Cerebus, the mind games for Hangman. All right, so check this out. Where are we going here? This is the brain constellation. And we're going to play some Hangman. So in we go. Located directly in the center of the Cerebus solar system. So you've got, the nice thing about this compilation is you don't have to, I looked at the instructions earlier only to find out that the instructions are right here in front of you when you start up each and every game. That's pretty cool. Now, you can tell game one here, every Atari game had like somewhere around a dozen to even 24 different modes, otherwise known as games. And you would select that on your Atari. Now, for us, we don't want to start with game one because as it says here, game one says it's one player only. That's fine. It's just going to be me. But it says it's up to third grade vocabulary. Okay, I'm not that dumb. Plus, we want to challenge ourselves a little bit, right? So we're going to bump this up to game 4, which is the high school vocabulary. Hey, look, I've been in a high school once. I should be qualified for this, right? But this is the highest difficulty we can get. You also notice there's player 1 difficulty easy. We're going to bump that up to hard. Now, the difference between player 1 difficulty easy and difficulty hard is on easy, I get all the time in the world to pick my letters. In hard mode, I have 20 seconds to pick each letter. And the way this goes, now I don't know how long this is going to last for, but basically every time I manage to get a word, I score. If I miss a word, the computer scores. And so whoever comes out with the highest score here, they win. Okay, so if I win, I get to use Mary's tactful answer of what's the spelling of your name. If the computer wins, then I have to be like, hey, sweetheart, what's your name again? All right, enough backstory. Let's bump that up to hard. And high school vocabulary is good. And when I press game reset, that's when we get started. Here we go. All right, 5, 6 letters. All right, I'm going to do the old S to start. Nothing. Gallows are building. I've got 11 chances. TT. How about let's throw an A in there? Oh, boy. A? No. How about E? Give me a vowel. Are you kidding me? How about a Y? How about a Y? Oh boy. I? How many other vowels could there possibly be? U? Whoa, boy, that's not good. That's not good. I can't. None of these are sound right. How about I gotta throw something out there. An L, no. M. How about an M? How about an N? No. M. Oh my God, this is not good. How about what could that one possibly be? Let's see. Oh. It's the ghetto. Okay, grotto. Ha ha. Yes. Yes. Quickly. Okay, we got it. Woo. All right, here we go again. I don't know why it put me back here. Let's see if I can continue. Okay, it does continue. All right. S to start. No. T. Okay, so it's not grotto. All right, good. How about we start with a Y? Ah, got ya. All right, let's go to M. It's gonna be dummy. I just know it. No. How about N? Okay. Unity? No, I already did the T. How about R? Angry. It's Angry Hoosier Television here. Right here on the Gaming Galleon. Greenery. Ornery? No. Is there an E? Let's try the E. No. How about oh boy. That's not an easy one. Let's see. What could be an N? Entry to an N. Oh God. How about canary? No. Finery? No. Greenery? Oh no. That was 20 seconds. That added its own. Oh, okay. So it adds its own. That's what. Oh, it adds another line there. Okay, so I've got time here. How about P? No. Oh boy, this isn't good. L? No, that was a J. I didn't mean to do a J. Oh, dude, I'm about to hang this guy. I. Oh, unruly. Ugh, that's rough. Place your salty bets, everybody. All right, let's see what I can get here. It's 1-on-1. It's not over yet. I haven't lost it yet. I haven't embarrassed myself in front of this girl yet. I still like the Y. I really do. Let's do another E. Unruly. Nope. Give me an A. Okay. R. Let's try an R. Sounds like that would be about right. Okay. Eat your heart out, PUBG. Fortnite? Pfft, please. I'm playing Hangman. Oh, okay. Here we go. Wrong way? How about P? Nope. How about M? Nope. N? Okay. Jeez, dude, I have no idea. Oh my God, this is embarrassing. W. No. Okay. T? Botany. Botany Bay. Ha! Boom. All right. I wonder how long this is going to go for. All right. How about, let's try some E's. Ah, look at that. And we'll try an N. How about an M? How about an S? How about a T? No. How about a B? Can you imagine spending $39.99 on this? D? Okay. Let's try the A. Parade! So it's going to be a parade of people walking out of this show. All right. Hey, if you think it's bored now, we've got a second act of this. Let me check my time here. Let's see. 24 in. Oh boy. Let's try one more of these. We're gonna call it if I beat him one more time. Let's see. O. Nope. How about E? Okay. What would that be? It's telepathy. No, it's not telepathy. How about Y? No. How about an R? No. I don't know. Memory? No. Where's the N? No. L? No. H? Oh, come on. How about an I? I don't know why there'd be an I in here. There's too many. I don't think so. G? Oh boy. I thought I was going to have this one in the bag. Okay. T? I already did T, didn't I? Oh, I didn't do T. Detect! I've detected the answer. All right. Let's leave it there, can we? Can we leave it there? I'm trouncing this guy. Where's the... here we go. Guys, I tried to make it as hard as I could. I'm sorry if there's not more to it. They can't all be challenges. Look, I'm not always going to fall flat on my face, okay? I know this is fall flat on his face television. I can't give that to you every week, all right? Sometimes I'm going to excel, even if it's only at the high school level. All right? You guys want to hit up the booty? It's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet! Not much to this one. There's one store in town that used to be awesome, and now they're very competitive with their prices. That's the nicest way I can put it. Sometimes things fall through the cracks. In the case of this lot, I got a text from the manager, buddy of mine, and he said, "Look, we got some Atari 2600 boxed games in." And I said, "That's awesome." I'm like, "Can you hold them for me?" He's like, "I cannot hold them for you. They're already on the floor. There's nothing I can do." So, basically what happened was the guy, I said to him, "Okay, no problem." He's like, "I can send you a picture." I said, "Okay, great. Send me a picture." So he sends me a picture at like 8:30 at night. Now, I work first shift. I work very early in the morning. So I don't have, my bedtime should be 9. It usually is around 10. It should be 8, to be honest. But in this Netflix PSN lifestyle we have, it's always hard to get to bed. So at 8:30, he sends me a picture of a bunch of Atari games. So many that I'm not going to be able to show them all to you. What we've done here is we've divvied up all the 2600 games, which is about half the lot. The other half is 7800 games. I hate to divvy up booty on you guys, but we just wouldn't have enough time to show it all in one show. So I put all the 2600 games in here. But when I saw the titles that he had in boxed form, I immediately grabbed my keys, or my car key, and my wallet, and my phone, and I was out the door. Now, about 3 days prior, I had lost the ring that had my house key on it, so I was using my secondary car key. I'm in a big rush to get out there, even though there's only an hour left in the store. I'm so worried some shark's going to show up and grab these for nothing. $1.50, okay? $1.50 each on all these games. So I go out the door, and I'm in such a rush that on accident I instinctively lock the inside lock on my way out. And at 8:45 in like a weekday or something, a Tuesday or something, I've locked myself out of the house. I go to my garage, I try and fiddle around in there. I'm like, no, I remember I misplaced the backup key a while back, and I never replaced it. So I'm trying to hey, wait, isn't there didn't I open the bedroom window last week to get some air in? Maybe I didn't lock it. Well, I didn't, but my fat butt couldn't fit back through it. They designed these windows now so that people can't get in them. You know, they do that. So, which is a good thing unless you're the owner. so, so I'm like, well, I got two options. I can call the cops and have them break in, or I can call the landlord. And so that's what I did. I called the landlord. He's like, oh yeah, no problem. I'm like, I got my car keys. I can meet you halfway. I've got my license. All in the back of the whole time in the back of my head, I'm thinking, man, I really need to call my buddy at the store and have him at least take. He said he'd hold a few of them. I was like, he needs to hold these really high end titles for me, but I didn't want to tell him exactly which games to hold. Why? Because now he's getting to the point where he's trying to maximize even Atari games. Now every other platform in video games has been maximized at the store, except for Atari games. It's the one platform they've still kept at $1.50. But these being a bunch of boxed games, he decides to get savvy. He decides to experiment, and about 10 of the 40 games he gets in, he ends up marking them not at the flat rate of $1.50, but somewhere higher. Some of these games around $5, some at $10, one of them even at $15, which obviously we're not going to buy, are we? But since he's trying this, he's just done it for the first time. I think he got about 10 games in of looking them up, and then got sick of it, and then flat rated the rest. So this is an experiment for him. But lucky for us, he didn't he didn't price the right games. We'll get into that later, because most of them were 7,800 games. We'll just have to do that on a different voyage. I apologize if that's a little bit of a tease. We just don't have all the time in the world. Okay, so anyway, getting back to me being stuck outside the house. I call my landlord. He's like, oh yeah, why don't you meet me at the Myers, which is one of these huge Walmart-like superstores. He's like, out on Pendleton Pike. I'm like, I have no idea where that is, but we're in the stereo world. It's a Meijer. I'm sure I can just type it in. I type it in. It's like 10 minutes away. I get out there. Apparently, I'm at the wrong one. He's like, I'm seeing a Panda Express here. Am I at the right place? Like, next to the Meijer? Is this the right Meijer? He's like, oh, I should have sent you an address. Sorry. So now I got to drive another 13 miles. And I don't even like to drive at night. I'm driving at night through, like, country roads. I just... Ugh. Finally get my key from this guy, the spare key, and then drive all the way home, and it's time for bed. And by the way, the store has closed at this point. I never got to shout out, hold these games for me. But I went the next day. I called early, made sure they hold the ones we really wanted, and then I cleaned up the rest once I got there after work. I think I had a doctor's appointment. It was like everything was up against when these couldn't have come at a worse time. But we got them. Let's go through them, all right? $1.50 each. Warlords, check that out. 4-player Pong action. Use the paddle controllers for that. He's a striking gent, isn't he? All right. You got a sealed copy of a hard-to-find Atari 2600 game, Defender 2. Not Defender. This is Defender 2. This also came out as Stargate. So this is pretty cool, and it's a late release. Sealed copy. Classic Centipede. Really fun on the 2600. This is like the perfect example of graphics do not make a game. What are you controlling in this one? A block. That's you. That purple that blue X is a spider. You're the elongated red rectangle. Does that sound like fun? Atari or Centipede. Again, loving that box art. Look at that. We have all these. Why are we rebuying them? The art. They're amazing. We trade in the loose copy we have. We'll be a little less. We even got a bit of a deal on this. Look at there, Space Invaders. Probably the latest, the last version they put out for the Atari. These are buy 5 get 1 free, so that drops the price a little bit. And then I also had a 20% off, kind of a loyalty coupon to add to this too. So we got these for pretty good. You know, somewhere between. I couldn't calculate exactly, but less than $1.50. Kangaroo. Mousetrap, better on the Coleco, but this is I love the artwork here. Very cute. Mousetrap. You'll notice that all of these are red. Most of these are red, except for this guy. Another sealed copy. Sealed Missile Command. Sealed. Still got the hanger on there. Look at that. It's pretty hot stuff. Pretty cool. Definitely, this was certainly someone who was playing Atari when everyone else was playing Nintendo. You can tell just from the majority of these boxes being red. They were buying them at a late time. They were probably like us. They were probably a vulture, who wasn't willing to pay these exorbitant, outrageous prices for half-made games that the industry is asking for these days. They were probably trying to be a smart shopper. Pole position. And as a result, they picked up some of the later titles that are a little harder to find. And for whatever reason, I guess they valued these boxes because most of them are in real nice shape. Let's open up one. What do you have? You got Jungle Hunt here. Pretty fun game. You got the cart. I'm playing this in the arcade all the time. And you got the big fat instruction manual. Eat your heart out, Nintendo. That's how you make a manual. Of course, it's black and white, so nothing too crazy. But this was a great one. Look at he's swinging on vines. He's swimming through a river full of alligators with nothing but a knife as a form of defense. A Bowie knife. What a man. What a man's man. You got Gravatar. I seem to believe this. I don't know. Maybe this one isn't hard to find, but I'm always in my head that this is kind of a harder to find Atari game. I'm not even sure we have a copy, so maybe that's why I feel that way. Gravatar for the 2600. Defeat the death. It says defeat. There we go. Defeat the deadly G-forces. 5 skill levels. 5 game variations. It says for use for the 2600 and the 7800 systems. So this was coming out late. This is copyright 1988. This game came out in 88. The Nintendo had been out in America for like three years by this time. How many people were buying Atari games in 88? You understand why this was an interesting lot? A boxed, sealed copy of 1986's Solaris. Really fun game where you travel from planet to planet, saving civilians, fueling up your ride, taking down TIE fighters. They look a lot like TIE fighters. Combat and conquer. Certainly one of the best games ever made on the system. BMX Airmaster. Funny thing about this one was BMX Airmaster by TNT. You see there. Pretty common game. However, this company TNT sold the rights to this game to Atari, and eventually Atari released this exact same looking box, except instead of TNT, it says Atari. Well, if you manage to find one of those, even just the cart that says Atari on it, you're looking at one of the, hands down, rarest games ever made for the system. And I believe the Atari cart is red, whereas this one is white. I'm talking as far as a rarity rating is concerned, this one here that we have is like a rarity rating of maybe like a 2. The Atari version is a rating of 10 10 out of 10 rarity. Like, you could probably pay off your student loans with a copy of that one. Another reason why, just looking at the picture, I was like, ah! No, I think I was able to see TNT because they were all sitting like this in the picture. They were sitting on top of one another like this, so I was able to see that and determine whether or not I was sitting on a gold mine or not. Venture, game I used to play to death on the Coleco. I think it's much better on the Coleco, but you can't deny that box art. Big two-headed Hydra there. Pretty cool stuff. How are we doing on time? 20 minutes. We got 20 minutes of burn. All right, we're in good shape. Another sealed game. I think this is the last sealed game. Oh, now that I'm looking at it, it's unsealed here in the spine. But someplace was selling it for $3 at one point. Wherever that was. Doesn't even say the name. But yeah, here you go. You got Vanguard. Really, it's almost like the Godfather of horizontal scrolling shooters. Really fun. Really fun game. We've got it very common, but I love having it in this sealed box. And look at that. Look at that. Very exciting for $1.50. Not bad. And then, what do we got here? There you go. Here's an oddity. A couple of oddities here. You've got Alpha Beam Ernie and Big Bird's Egg Catch. Now, these were released in correspondence with a kid's controller. It was like a big blue touchpad looking thing. And I don't know if it was to accommodate overlays for each game. Let's see if the overlay's in here. It is. I've never seen these overlays before. I've seen the controller. We don't have one. These are neat. Wow, look at this. Look at this. Look at the elaborate controls for Alpha Beam with Ernie. You got, what is that? Left, right, and then saucer up, saucer down. You see how there's these tabs here? So those would go on to the big blue touch screen, plug into your Atari kids controller. And apparently they give you two in case, two of you decide you actually want to play this with your own personal light blue kid controllers. Wow. That's crazy. Let's see what Big Bird's overlay looks like. You actually play as Big Bird in this one. He's catching eggs. That's great. And then counting them up. See what Big Bird's overlay looks like. That's it, left and right, baby. Big Bird's Egg Catch. We got a nice poster here. Got the very colorful manual. And then let's check out this poster. Looks like this is a promotional poster for the 2600. Maybe Atari 2600. Well, I've never seen this. All the accessories here. Oh, there it is. You see that controller there? There it is. That's the Sesame Street controller. That's what you use the overlays for. What games do we have on the other side here? What is this Mickey one? Sorcerer's Apprentice. That's a rare game. I've never actually seen that one. We don't have that. Whole bunch of interesting games here. I love to look through. I'm gonna look through this, see what games actually got released, and it's because some of them just say coming soon, with no screenshot. I wonder if they all made them out. Let's check that out later. All right. One more game. Most of the 7800 ones were the ones that really got me out the door. This one was probably the biggest crazy, like, wow, what's it doing there? Oddity of the 2600 lot. It's Sentinel for the 2600. Doesn't look like much, but believe it or not, this is a light gun game for the Atari. Made in 1990. 1990. Do you have any idea how late that is for the Atari 2600? Let me give you an idea. The great video game crash happened, which basically imploded Atari and Coleco and every other, video game company until Nintendo showed up again. That was 7 years prior to this. 7 years! And they're putting out 2600 games in 1990. Not to mention, it's a game that requires the light gun. And the light gun, they didn't even make a light gun for the Atari 2600. It's for the Atari 7800's light gun, but this is playable on a 2600. Requires Atari light gun. This is a weird game. This is just a strange game. I've encountered it, believe it or not, 3 times, and I never even knew it existed until that time, and I thought it was crazy rare. I think it's still pretty rare. I just don't see it anywhere. I think in the grand scheme of things, most people wouldn't care, and I'm not even sure it really scores that high on the Atari Age rarity list, but to see the box for this guy, that's crazy to me. That is crazy to me. Am I the only one who cares? Maybe. Where were we with Hangman? Let's get back to it. How many were there? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. They're all over the place, so excuse me. All right, I'll pick them up. I know it's always fun to see a whole bunch of them together, so I'm worried I pulled out these overlays. I'm not even going to be able to put them all in one stack here. This is difficult. There we go. All right. It's almost all of them. With the exception of Jungle Hunt. There you go. That's somewhere around 20 games at $1.50 each. You take 20% off that. I know the final total with all the games was $33. Now that's including the 7800s that we're gonna have to look at a different time. So you're talking around 33 games, I think it was around 30 games for around $33. That can't be right. Ah, jeez, it's not a lot. Okay, each of these were somewhere between $1 and $1.50. You can't take my word on it. So there you go. Pretty crazy. We'll probably sell the doubles to a store that actually values the 2600 games based on online prices and get this dropped down even a lower amount. And I think we'll be in good shape. So there you go. There's your Atari fix for the day, huh? Let's get back to Hangman. Let's see if I hang myself and see if I'm going to be able to be a smooth operator with this chick and send her a message that says, hey, can I get the spelling of your name again? Hot stuff? Or if I could say something like, or if I end up having to shoot myself in the foot, hang myself, and say, hey, what's your name again, dude? Let's find out. All right? Okay. All right, Atari computer. I mean, really, thanks for sucking all the... hold on. I have a whole bunch of Atari games on my Harper transition here. There we go. Atari, I expected better from you. I expected this to be more difficult. I expected bigger words. I expected many things. I guess I should not have. Maybe this is why the game crash happened when it did. How do I do this? Reset. Okay, here we go. Here's a new game. All right. Sick of this already. Let's try E. Okay. How about O? I'm thinking it's yellow. No. Okay, N. Okay, it's M. Nope. How about a P? Give me that P. Nope. Let's see. A? Oh, what is that? Nestea? I don't know. Did they have Nestea back then? W, no. How about S? No. T? T. No. Wow, that's a tough one. How about an I? It's got to be IA, right? No. Okay. All right. It's really easy that I can just forward through these. Well, I have no idea. Oh, I lost it. I'm running out of time. I'm trying to play it a little more legit here. I mean, not that I've been cheating. It's just like it's so easy. And then, of course, I'm going to lose as I say that. You? Okay. Nebula. There it is. You know, it's all about the vowels. I don't know how many high stakes. Hey, that's it. Oh no, we go again. Oh, okay. So it's best of 5. Okay, well let's play it out. We've got we've only got 10 minutes. Let's try and play it out. All right, it's best of 5 games. I got it now. Yeah, I couldn't find that in the instructions. I really looked. I should have just played out a round, but who knows how many how many words this little 4-bit cartridge can hold, I don't know if this is making the processors pop or what. N? No, it's not token. Let's see. I? Thief. Thief. Yes. Okay, let's go one more time. We're running out of time. We've only got 8 minutes left in the show. I gotta make a phone call. I gotta do what else? Phone call and the letter. Oh boy, now I'm rushing. I gotta win one more. If I can win one more, oh, for God's sakes, are you kidding me? Then that's there's no way he's coming back from that. Okay. You? United? Uranus? Let's try Uranus. Please be Uranus. Please be Uranus, because I could do Uranus jokes, all day. Where is the R? Can I get an R, please? Where's the R? What, are you only giving me certain letters here? Okay, what's another? No S. Already used it. Okay, well, let's see. D. Okay. Euclid. How about A? Did I use A already? I did. I almost want to do a Q. What is it? Stop hanging me. I'm out of time. Oh, unkind. Okay, one more time. He's all right. I got this. Man, I'm like starting to sweat now. This is getting tense. This was not tense earlier, but now I'm running out of time. Okay. D. Okay. U. How about a U? No. How about a T? How about a D? Kind of feel like it's a D. Can I get a D? Did I already do D? I already did D. I'm an idiot. N. M. Oh, jeez. How about S? T. Y? Oh my God. Okay. Elixir. Ha ha! See, Mom? All those RPGs weren't a waste of time. Ha! Huzzah! That's 3-1. Let's get out of here. Woo! Boy, oh boy, oh boy. How about that? The irony that would be that one magic word that gives you absolutely everything back. HP and MP in the Final Fantasy universe. Go ahead, check your notes on that, see if that's true. All right. Well, we've got a couple things to do, don't we? First of all, I won, so I get to text back to the chick over at the pawn shop. What's the spelling of your name? I'm not sure that we really need to do this now, Raz. You know, it'd be one thing if you failed. People might care. Hey, what's the spelling of your name again? So I can throw it in my phone. So I can throw it in my phone. Throw it in my phone. How casual. What a snazzy way to put it. What's the spelling of your name again so I can throw it on my phone? Boom, done. Another social minefield. Sidestepped. All right. Let's get a question, shall we? What do we got back here? All right, this comes from Ready to Help. If you have a question, feel free to write it to gaminggalleon@gmail.com. I'm going to read this one. I kind of like it. There may be one in the mess hall. You'll have to forgive me. I'll copy that down. We'll take a look at them later. But this one's pretty good. Let's go to this one. This is Raid Help 101. And he asks, yo, at the Gaming Galleon, who I got to blow to get mod? If I give half my followers to follow, can I get a mod? Laugh my ass off. Just kidding. Love your content. Keep it up, bud. It really isn't a question. I think he's just kidding. I don't know. I've heard people say there's too many mods on this channel. I've heard people say, where are the mods? It seems to me no one's generally in here. Except for 1 hour out of the week. So I don't really know that we need any more mods. But I will thank the mods we do have. Angry Hoosier, Condrav, otherwise known. You're Condrav now, right? Yeah, Condrav, Mary, Stare Ogre. Those are the guys that really come to mind. Nemo666. These are the guys who I see in there now and then, really making sure things are okay. Bad mouthing the guys who come in and troll, or actually in there late at night, just watching the old broadcasts. So thanks to the mods. Thanks you guys for keeping those swords sharp for us here on the ship. All right, we'll leave it there. It was a fun day. Lots of treasure and mysteries and gambles, but I think we came out on top. Let's send one up to... this is probably in poor taste. So we'll send it out to everybody. We'll send it out to old poor Bill Bailey, who just had a pretty rough upbringing and one day just kind of snapped and took out 2 people in a farmhouse. Let's send it out to those poor people who just had a bad run of luck that day. Let's send it out to those people out in Delaware who had to do something pretty creepy, almost medieval in modern times. That was 1996 that happened. There hasn't been a hanging since. I wonder if there will be again. Probably not. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for coming. Not sure where we're going to be next week. It's going to be somewhere interesting, though, I'm sure. Or at least I hope. And until then, I hope you guys have a good time out there trying to be grown-ups or upstanding kids at the very least in the real world. So until next time, farewell and adieu to ye fair Spanish maidens. Farewell and adieu, ye ladies of Spain, for we received orders for to hang out in Delaware. and lo, nevermore shall we see ye again. Thanks for hanging, pals. We'll see you next time.